Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Zom 100 episode number 2 reaction. So this is the second episode of this series and the first episode was a great introduction. It's been a while we've gotten a zombie apocalypse anime and this seems like a comedic sort of it. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. The way it started is that Akira was the name I think of the main character. He is like he was a kid who started a job and he realizes it's an exploitative company and he had to do it for 3 years every day slogging without any break, doing overtime without any proper pay, also like not enough sleep. So when he finally is like over the like limit and he like decides to end it all, he realizes it's a zombie apocalypse and his reaction is that, oh, don't go to get to work then, I'm free now. And like while obviously everyone is looking at will probably look at this as a very bad thing, he probably is the sole person who sees this as a very positive thing. That's a zombie apocalypse. And deciding to live the most of his life, he decides to make a bucket list of the 100 things that he wants to do before he becomes a zombie. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Also, I really like the way they did the animation and the visuals. It's very colorful for a zombie apocalypse anime. And I like the way they kind of did the colors because, like the blood splatter and stuff, it's like multicolored, like blue, green, red, yellow. Interesting to see all that many of colors in a zombie apocalypse anime. So I'm looking forward to this. So let's see what happens in this episode. Episode number 2, let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, is he having a dream? Yeah, I think he's having a dream. Damn, damn. Yeah, this is a nightmare. Whoa. Wait, did he like go to sleep in a zombie apocalypse? Or he just went to sleep? I guess what else can you even do? It's pretty peaceful for a zombie apocalypse, Like, there's no zombies screaming around the house or bashing against the door. What's going on? Don't scream. The zombies go. Okay, oh yeah, here's the opening. Okay. Damn. Oh wow, this is fun. Look at the different zombies. A few are running, a few are walking. Damn! Damn! This is the opening song of a zombie apocalypse anime. Wow. Damn, these zombies are fast. Look at them run. Right. Oh boy. Oh my god. Wow. He's like, oh, it's been a while I've cleaned my house. Wow, he just did that quickly. That's impressive. Hmm. There isn't anything. Oh, wait. Oh, there is a few things. Oh, okay. Wait, it's the morning. You're drinking beer from the morning? I guess it's a zombie apocalypse. It doesn't matter if it's morning or night. Holy water. Enjoy your life. Beer. Yeah, I doubt this is heaven. Yep. Damn! You guys are still doing this? Run! Ah! Yeah. You need to bring food first. No, degenerate. There's no food, I think. Do you have even have food in your fridge? Yeah. You never ate. You're so. Gotta go to the grocery shop. Beer run. Well. Yeah, you need food as well. Okay. Damn. Who the hell is this? Oh, probably his neighbors. Oh, while Akira's just. Ah! Well, that's one way. Yeah. Don't scream. The zombies will get it. Hey, hey, there's something. No, no. He wants to go beer shopping. Yeah, yeah, you want something? Some supplies? Might as well bring stuff for you as well, since I'm on the way. Oh my god, he just said what I said. Toilet paper. Where's a bicycle? What the hell? Hey yo. Even the zombies are confused. They're like, what the hell? There's someone who's actually. Well, obviously. True. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Oh, I'm sure there's. Wait, there's. Is that an automated camera? Oh no, there's zombie inside. I'm sure of it. Got. Be careful. Oh my god. Oh wait, no, there's a live human being here. Okay, she's hunting for supplies as well. Oh, this is the girl in the main poster. Yes. That's the least of your worries. Oh wait, is that her bicycle? Oh, I think so. With the camera. Yeah, this is awkward. Yeah. Well. What? Oh no, I think. Okay, there we go. It's her camera. Wait, is analyze risk. Ooh, that is why. Yep. He's actually. Oh, damn. Oh wait, is she like a? Wait, what? How did she? How did like? I guess she did have the camera, but how did she know that that truck is going to come exactly at the same time? Um. Right. I think she just saw that with the camera. Oh no, how is he gonna go back now? So, yeah, you don't have your bike now. What now? I don't know. Grab another bike. I'm sure there's a lot of them lying around here and there. Oh, this is. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Upgrade. Oh, but the bike is going to make a lot of noise. Yeah, but you need like fuel as well. Yeah, I'm sure. There you go. There's one. Like a yes. But it makes a lot of noise. Oh my god. Yo! Okay. Thankfully he didn't crash. Wait, did you buy like toilet paper and food for them? Those two? Oh no, are they did they like turn into zombies? Oh no. Yeah. Well, there you go. Just a matter of time. Hmm. Well, I wonder how that. I guess like there's like zombies banging on his door, so it probably like broke in. Huh. But I wonder why his room is like particularly safe. Like it's not. There's no one banging on his door. Hmm. He's making right. Confess to the girl I loved. Clean my room, ride a motorcycle, loaf around and drink beers. Okay. Wine and dine. Ride an RV goes. Yeah. Maybe keep a few left when you think of them later. Oh, wait. Oh, is that like his parents or something? Think so. 31. Constant. Yeah, there you go. But at this point, who knows, you know? With my best bud, meet woman of my dreams. Okay, 33. Yeah, a few more. As he goes on his journey, he'll find more things to do. So then he'll put them on the notebook. Oh, this is. The same thing is rebroadcasted. Oh no, wait. Are we seeing it from her perspective? It was what we were seeing from Akya's perspective before. Now we're seeing it from her perspective. Damn. Okay. Wait. Wait, is she like from the police or something? What? Damn, she also has like a list compared to Akira. It's so different. Okay, who's this? Who the? Oh no. Oh! Yeah, exactly. This is what I was saying in the previous video. Walkers and the runners. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Oh, she's watching like zombie movies. Right. So yeah, this is from her perspective. Right. So she kept that like this with a camera to check if there's like zombies coming. Energy, batteries. Okay, frozen food. She'll be like, no, I don't need these. These aren't important. Yep, there you go. Unlike Akira, she's completely methodical and like the reason why he made so much noise, all the zombies came in. That's why. Okay, it seems harmless. Yep, there you go. And then she sees him taking beer, and she's like, "What the hell?" Ah. Oh no, it was not because of her, him, but okay. Yeah, and she kind of sees the trajectory of the. It's a. Yep, it's going to crash in. Right, there you go. Hmm. Oh yeah, she knew that it's going to crash in here, so that's why. Right. Yeah, she was waiting to lure the zombies in, but Akira went in front, so she's like, "Oh no, this is bad." Hmm. You're right. That's not a zombie. Well, the little things in life. Yeah, she's thinking like minimalize sugar intake. I feel like sugar would have been better in this situation. It's going to keep your brain working. Yeah, like sugar is going to help, isn't it, in this situation? I guess. Wow, she also has another list. However, her is so different. Like I was saying, like I feel like sugar would be better for the brain, and in this type of situation, wouldn't it? Like it's going to give you energy. Okay. All right, that is it. Okay, right. That was episode number two. And this episode was the structure of this episode was kind of interesting because they literally made like this episode into two halves. The first half was from Akira's perspective, and the next half was from I did they mention her name? I don't remember. Whatever her name is, her from her perspective. Okay, so in the beginning, we see Akira waking up from a nightmare, and I'm pretty sure this is the same nightmare he used to have every day before the zombie apocalypse, and he's still having it because like he's fairly new into the apocalypse, and he's still thinking. His mind is still conditioned to think like, oh, it's gotta get to work, and he gets up and he's like, oh, yeah, apocalypse, no work. That's good. So, right, so here he starts thinking, like, what should I do? I have a lot of time. I'm going to use all my 3 years of, like paid vacation, like which I never really used up until now. I'm going to use all of them and all of the time to do the stuff that I wasn't able to do because of my freaking job. So the first thing he does is like clear his room. Obviously, his room was a mess, like filled with like rubbish and everything. He just chucks them outside and kind of clears up the room. And yeah, you know what? We did a very good job of cleaning the whole room. That was a filthy place. He like for 3 years he didn't clean it. The fact that he was able to clean it that quickly, I'm like, damn, you have some skills. Right. Anyways, so he did like he cleaned the toilet, he cleaned the room, he washed the clothes, kind of like like put them outside to kind of dry them, and then he's like, all right, this is perfect. So now what do I do? Opens the refrigerator and he's like, you gotta have some beer, like from the morning. Right, and obviously he wants to do the stuff that he hasn't been able to do up until now, and this is definitely one of them. And he's like, yeah, this is what I'm going to do today. Just have beer throughout the day and just watch television. So he brings out one of them, drinks it, and he's like, perfect. Never, it's been a while I got this taste because, like up until now, I just had to work every single day for every hour. Right, so while having, he like looks at the news, and I have to say, these guys are pretty impressive that they're like actually broadcasting the news even while there's hundreds of zombies outside the studio. So yeah, like anyways, and you know what? I guess maybe they were just stuck over there. That's why they decided to just broadcast it. But in the end, we see even the reporter almost got caught by a zombie. I don't know how one of the zombies snuck in. Who knows? But yeah, immediately the whole footage got deleted. And yeah, so Akira's like, right, so let's just do what I was doing. So he opens the fridge again, tries to take out more beer. There's nothing. So he's like, oh no, am I the way I wanted to spend my day it's going to be kind of it's not going to happen. What should I do? Now obviously this was a matter of time that he had to go out and bring some supplies, because looking at him, I doubt he even ate at home. He just had those frozen food and those cup ramens. I'm pretty sure that's all he had. So, but I guess in a way you could say those are those are, you could say, like preserved food. So those will actually help out now. At this point of time. Now we have to think a few things now. Now that it's a zombie apocalypse, I don't know if they're going to go deeper into this whole thing, but since it's a zombie apocalypse, obviously the first thing is we have to acquire a source of food. Not only that, there's a bigger problem. Now they're still having electricity and water supply. It's all going to shut down within a few days. Now, like I said, that is why I'm saying I'm not going to. I'm not. I don't know how deep they are going to go into this thing. Like, are they like going to genuinely, this anime genuinely going to show like the actual troubles that people face in a zombie apocalypse? Because now everything is fine. Like they're going to get electricity and water for probably a few weeks, maybe one more month, depending on like like the source and everything. But then what? Like everything's going to go down completely. So they'll have to like think something about that as well. Now he can use television, he can use his refrigerator to freeze stuff and like keep things preserved. When it's going to stop, then what? Water supply is going to stop. That'll be a bigger problem. So there's a lot of things that they have to think about. So that's why I'm thinking, like, I wonder if they're going to go that deep into this. Let's wait and see. I'm sure we'll understand which direction they're trying to go. Are they like going to keep it light-hearted and very like basic zombie apocalypse, or are they really going to go into the nitty-gritty, like actual stuff that might happen and the actual danger that it might pose? So I'm still not sure what they're going to do about that. But let's wait and watch and see what happens. Either way, Akira's like, oh no, there's nothing, like left. So he's like, right, so let's go out, like I have to do this. He wants to have his beer, so he's like, right, let's do this. While in the lower floor, Kosaka, his neighbor, this guy and this girl, like, and the girl is like, oh no, they're going to grab us, get us, like the zombies, they're here already. So like they're like crying and they're like, what should we do? And then in comes Akira, like like climbing down the pipe, and he's like, what the hell? And Akira's like, oh hello there, I'm your neighbor. You probably never saw me before, but like my stairway, my hallway is a bit packed up with a lot of zombies, so I'm using this way to go down. And he's like, I love how the two survivors, they're like, oh you like you need help, come, this place is safe. And he's like, nah, I don't need that. I'm just gonna go and do some shopping, you need anything, like batteries, like like maybe some food or something. And they're like, oh yeah, then can you please get some like food and maybe some flashlight, batteries, some toilet paper. And he's like, yeah, sure thing, why not? And he's off on his way on his bicycle. Now, here's the thing, like I always thought that the the manual bicycle that he rides is a better idea to use, because it's something that he himself needs, like it's a manual thing. He needs to pedal. So since it's not electric or like it needs fuel, he can use this for a long amount of time. But yeah, by the end of this episode, we see his bicycle got trashed. But I guess he can just grab another one probably from the side of the road. So I don't think it's a big deal. But yeah, like that's the thing. But this is going to be a problem in the future, like since this is the first few days, everything looks fine. But what's going to happen when, like the resources are going to go down, like like the motorcycle that he's using, he needs fuel to like use it. So when it's going to go down on fuel, he first needs to go to petroleum pump, get the fuel, and a time will come when from the petroleum pump on all the fuel will be gone. Then what? Like, and I don't know like where they're going to go with this, like unless and until they actually deal with these type of situations. Like it's a tricky situation, like they'll need to travel a lot. Like like when one place's like resources will be all gone, they'll need to go to the next place and going to see if there's survivors over there and everything. It's quite exciting, like this is why I really love like a zombie apocalypse anime, especially games, because it has this like this type of thing, like this survival thing where it's like very interesting to kind of like go out, scavenge resources and come back and do your thing, and then like go to another place. And yeah, it's such a shame that anime doesn't have a proper zombie apocalypse animes. Like we have zombie animes, but not in that sense, not in this way, like zombie apocalypse. But like we had a few, but those were discontinued. And yeah, I'm glad we're having another one, like something like this, because like this type of zombie animes I really love, like it's like whole survival thing to it. Anyways, so he comes into this in a department store, and he goes like down the bicycle and gets in. and there's like a bicycle beside him with a camera, and I'm like, what the hell? What is that? Who's keeping an eye on people? And then he gets in and he's like, oh, beer, beer, I want a beer. Just like humming a weird song, goes in and immediately comes across this girl. So this girl, she is like obviously like him, bringing supplies. She has some water, she has some food, and some batteries and stuff. And Akira's like, oh no, that's embarrassing. I was singing like a weird song. I think she heard me, didn't she? And he's like, oh no, like what's she going to think about me? I'm like, it's a zombie apocalypse and I'm singing weird songs about beer. And he tries to talk to her, but she doesn't really respond. And when she's like looking at the phone, and I'm like, oh, she was the one who had the bicycle outside, and she's the one using the camera. It's an interesting way to keep an eye out, like she's using the camera to look at and see like if like like zombies come in or something, like so that she can save herself. Right. So so the girl is like what is wrong with you? Like you're in this type of situation, you're prioritizing beer. And she's like, I can't see. And when he was like, oh, should we team up? And he's like, I can't see you teaming up with someone like you who doesn't know how to analyze the risk. And he's like, what priority? What is that? While all of this is happening, the zombies come in from the door, and I'm like, oh, is he like like was he the reason why they came in? Because he was actually kind of like like making a huge lot of noise. So I was thinking like he lured in the zombies, but that wasn't like the whole situation. The whole situation we actually get to know a little bit later when we get to see it from her perspective. But he did kind of lure in a few of them. So those are the ones who are coming in. Now this part at the beginning, I was a little bit confused because like it seemed like the truck that came in, like what I thought? I thought she's like a hacker or something. I'm like, oh, did she like do something to the truck? But then I thought, like, what can you even do to a truck? Like, this isn't like a automated, like truck. It's a like a manual truck that you need to drive. Even if she's a hacker, how can she hack a truck? Like, like I was like for a moment I was thinking about all of these things. Like, it seemed too convenient the time for the truck to actually come in that direction at that particular amount, like moment of time. But the later part, when we see it from her perspective, kind of cleared everything up what she did. So yeah, it wasn't anything like that, Like for a moment, I thought she's like a hacker or something. But then I was like, how? Even if she's a hacker, it literally makes no sense. How can she control a truck? This isn't like the future or something where everything is like electronic. No, it's a manual truck that you need to drive with on your own. So how can she, even if she's a hacker, how can she do that? Right. Either way, like this part, we see the zombies coming in, and Akira comes to kind of, like save the girl from the zombies, and the girl is like, oh no, like move from there, and grabs him and just pulls him back and throws him towards the back, and the truck comes in and crashes into the same place. So all the zombies get squashed over there, and Akira, and the girl gets up, and she just leaves, and Akira's like, oh, thank you so much, and then he sees his bike has been crushed, and he's like, oh no, how do I go back now? So he thinks like, wow, that was really impressive, like, and I wonder if I'll see her again. But then he's thinking like, what should I do now? I don't have a bike. So he's like, oh, wait a minute, I don't need my bike, I can get another one. It's just there on the road lying. I got an upgrade. And she takes like a scooter kind of like thing. And then he's like, all right, you know what, let me change, let me get a bigger upgrade. And then next time he gets a motorbike. And he's like, yes, let's do this. And he uses the motorbike to go back home, climbs the pipe, goes up, and he's like, oh, Mr. Kosak, I'm back. And then he sees the place empty and a lot of blood stains. Now I do wonder what the hell happened here. Like, I'm guessing the zombies broke in and they probably had a fight, and they got, that's why like so much blood is like there, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, so there you go, that is it. And I knew this was going to happen, like it seemed like it was going in that direction. So like, there's one thing that makes me surprised. Why did their room get completely like overrun by zombies? Unlike however, Akira, in his room, Nothing is happening. There's no one even banging the door. Like no zombies banging the door, and I'm kind of surprised with that. Like, how is he able to like just be there so safely? I'm not exactly sure. Either way, maybe because it's like a bit like he's like in the top floor. Is that why? I don't know. Either way, he goes back and he realizes he's kind of the whole thing is dawning on him, and he's realizing that yeah, this is actually dangerous. This whole situation, like there's so much zombies here and there, and yeah, and he does think about the girl's words where she talked about prioritizing certain things and live your like life in that way to survive this. However, he thinks about it and he's like, I don't think I'll be able to do that, and he's like starts writing his bucket list, and he thinks like he's like, and when I was a kid, there was a lot of things that I wanted to do. So he starts writing them, like from number 1, 2, 3, 4, and the first 4 he had already done, like confess to the girl I loved, clean my room, loaf around, drink beer all day, and ride a motorcycle. All 4 of them done, and he's thinking that if I have to go on living without doing the things that I want to do, I'd rather be eaten by a zombie. So yeah, that is like his way of thinking. So you can say it's literally the complete opposite of that girl. And if you think about it, his way of thought is actually quite an anomaly in this type of situation. It is weird if you think about it, like, oh, how can someone think like this? But we, like, the audience who are watching this, for us, I don't think it's that weird, because we know what type of life he lived. His life was actually a living zombie a living zombie movie. His life, that's how he lived his life. So in an actual zombie apocalypse, he has found this freedom. So for us audience, like, it's not weird the reason why he wants to live his life like this, even in such a dangerous situation. For us, we are like, we understand you. However, for the other people living in this situation, when they see Akira, they'll be weirded out. They'll be like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, what? Like, this type of things are happening, and you're writing a bucket list to do, like, like, well, what the hell? Like, they will react like this. But we know what has happened to him and how he lived his life. So that is why we can very much understand his thought process. Like, oh, if I'd have to live like that, then I'd rather be eaten by a zombie. That is his way of thinking. So he is like thinking about the stuff that the girl said about prioritizing stuff, and like doing it in a methodical way and everything, restraining yourself, and like. So no, he won't be able to do it like that, and he himself says that, and he says that if that's how I need to live my life, I'd rather be eaten by a zombie. I've lived all my life, like, like throughout these 3 years, I've lived as if I was like a walking corpse. So now in this literal apocalypse, in this like, like world where there are actual living corpses walking around, I won't be living like that anymore. I will try to live freely. Yeah. So he starts like, filling up the extra spaces, and he writes quite a few new things. Try out dreadlocks. What else? Wait, wine and dine. Right. A few more he wrote, as far as I can remember. Just a minute. Ride in an RV. Go stay at home. Okay, and then like he wrote like up until 30, and then he's like, oh, nothing's coming to my mind, and then he gets like a flashback of his parents, and he's like, then he writes 31, that go and spend time with thy parents. Now obviously, I'm sure you like he knows, and he like he knows the possibility of his parents living in this situation is next to zero. I'm sure he knows that, but he still wrote that down because like he still needs to go and kind of see and confront the situation as to what happened. So yeah, he's definitely going to do that, even though the chances of the survival is next to zero. So he wrote that down, and then he's like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to keep this empty. As I'm going to go on my journey, surely I'm going to find out more stuff that I want to do. I'm going to fill it up eventually. So he closes that. Right. Now, the next perspective is from the girl's perspective. She wakes up at 6 a.m., gets up, starts doing her like a workout, like is watching the news and then gets some protein. And damn, there's literally everything here: iron, excuse me, zinc, protein, vitamin B, C. Okay, multivitamin. Okay, this is literal. She has she has like an arsenal of all these things. All the like the um nutrients, right? So okay, I do wonder, like, is she a foreigner? She's like either she's a foreigner or she does a job which is like something related to that. So she like gets like a like those like the things, the headphone thing, and he's like, hello, hello. I cannot contact the main office in LA either. So yeah, there you go. Like for a moment, I was like, is she like from the police or something? Like, what's going on? Why does she have like? Why is she trying to contact the main office in LA? Like, what is like? What's she doing? Now, I'm not exactly sure, but I do think she's probably either from outside. She's a foreigner, either that, or she has some job which is like through which she's connected to like you know to outside or something like that, or I don't know, maybe it's something else. Either way, she is like she's like writing down like the things that she should prioritize, and it's kind of similar to Akira's bucket list, even though this is like completely something completely different. She's writing down stuff that she needs to do, while Akira's doing writing down stuff that she wants to do. So she writes like number one, secure food and water. Number two, acquire a sustainable energy source. There you go. Like this was just what I was saying in the previous section. I was like, there a time will come when water and electricity will go down completely, and that's why she's like keeping all the sustainable energy sources and everything. She wants that. And then she says like maintain mental stability, which is also important. Continue regular exercise. Yeah. Minimum sugar intake. Wait a minute, what's written on top? Just a minute. Wait, there's something written on top. Continue. Okay, 100 things to do to avoid becoming a zombie. Wow, it's so interesting. Akira's the name of his bucket list is 100 things to do before I become a zombie, while she's like 100 things to do to avoid becoming a zombie. And yeah, wow. Okay, so yeah, the final one was minimize sugar intake. Now, like I was saying, I can understand why she wrote minimize sugar intake, because like obviously sugar is something that is going to make her like her calories will increase, and like if she gets fat, obviously it is going to kind of be a very difficult situation to survive in the zombie apocalypse if she starts gaining weight. It's very difficult in this type of situation. So I'm guessing that is why she's written like minimize sugar intake. But still, I feel like in this type of a world, like eating what you want to eat is something that's very important for your mental stability, because there's nothing else you can do to keep yourself entertained. Like good food is the only thing that I feel like is going to help out a lot. And by restraining herself from consuming sugar like this, it's going to be stressful, at the long run. And also another thing is like I've seen a lot of people say that actually sugar actually helps your brain work. So in this type of situation, I feel like consuming sugar is kind of important. Yeah, obviously, like don't like eat everything. Like that's not what I'm saying. But the way she kind of restrained herself from getting that sakura mochi, I feel like that's a bit excessive, isn't it? But she herself realizes that in the end, and she's like, oh, maybe I should have like got that one, something like that. She said. But yeah, she's very like methodical. You can see like she has like every like she has like she probably has like a chart where it's written like this to this calorie intake every day, like at this gram of sugar every day, this gram of calcium every day, this gram of like protein every day. Like it's probably there's a chart written there somewhere that she keeps an eye on. And yeah, right. So after that we see like a little movie. This movie was kind of funny, where this dude like comes out and he's like, I'm finally free, and a zombie just grabs him and eats him, and I'm like, oh, wow. for a moment I was thinking, is this like an actual thing or is this like a movie? But yeah, it was a movie. Right. So she was looking at these movies to kind of get to know more about the zombies, what type of zombies there are, and obviously two types of main types of zombies there are in movies: slow zombies and fast zombies. The slow ones are called walkers, and I think that the fast ones are called runners, as far as I know. So the walkers obviously are the ones that just walk and like very slow. Those are like the majority ones, while there's a few of them that kind of walk a little bit fast. There's a few ones that actually like run, and the few ones that's actually like ferocious that like almost jumps at you. Like, that type of thing. And she kind of looks at the townscape and sees the different types of zombies. There was one walking, another one that's walking, another one that's kind of running, and then there's this one who just jumps on and is like running and jumping on the passerbys. So that solid body type looks extremely dangerous. Okay, and she's like writing down everything. Oh, for a moment I was thinking like, what was she doing? Oh, she was keeping like a note of how many walkers and how many runners are there. So like she was like looking at the town. Like I really didn't understand what she was doing here. Now I understand. So every walker that she finds, she's putting one like one line. Like what do you call them? Those lines that you make. Those one tally lines. Yeah, tally lines. I think that's what you call them. So yeah, she's like making them like every walker that she finds, she's like putting one in walker. The ones that are running, she's running, pointing them at runners. And there's like another section where it's called a danger, which are the ones that are like actually ferocious and like jumps on top of you. That one. So you can see like majority are walkers. You can see 5, 5, 5, 5, 20, 22, 22 walkers. 1, 2, okay, 10, 10, 12, 12 runners and 5 dangers. So yeah, like walkers are the maximum ones, runners are a little lower than walkers, and the dangerous ones are even lower. So both types are in this current zombie pandemic. If you can identify which type you can encounter one, your chances of survival increases, all that stuff she's keeping in mind. And she grabs her bike, she puts a like camera on top of it, and she's like, oh, which part is risky in this neighborhood? And she has like the map and everything, and she's like, right, this part I'm going to go and get some supplies. So she's off and to get some supplies, some energy sources and everything. She keeps her bicycle outside the department store with the camera on to keep an eye, and very slowly opens the door, gets in, and okay, wait a minute. What was that she... Oh, that was the stand. Okay, I was like, what did she put there? Okay, so she gets in the department store. She takes an energy gas, like renewable energy source, gas, batteries, then some chicken, like I'm guessing frozen chicken. It's going to keep them preserved for a long time. And then she comes across Sakura Mochi, and she's like, oh, should I take it? And she puts her hand over there, but then she decides not to because minimize sugar intake. And she just gets water. And this is where Akira comes in, singing about beer. Now, like I said, because he opened the door quite violently and then got in and started singing. I'm guessing there's a few of the zombies got attracted here. And he gets here, and the girl is looks at him, and she's like, wait, there's a survivor. Doesn't look like he has been infected. And then she looks at him taking the beer, and she's like, oh, he's one of those, isn't he? A short-sighted person who's unable to think beyond the present for the moment. How did this person like him survive up until this long? Anyway, so she looks at the camera and she sees a few of the zombies have been attracted here. So she's like, if I go out now, there's a high possibility of getting attacked. So what should I do? Should I do a barricade? There isn't much time. So then she suddenly hears a truck coming and there's a noise. So she's like, alright, so what should I do? The truck is the driver has become a zombie. and it seems like he's coming in this direction. So there you go. Like I said, at this point I was kind of confused at the beginning section. I was like, wait, did she like do something to the truck or something? And then I'm like, how can she even do something? Even like, you know, I thought she like hacked it or something. You know, like just, yeah, like I myself realized like that's a very weird thing to think about. Like, how can she hack a truck? Right. Either way, you know, like now I know what happened. So she actually, this was like a full coincidence. She saw the situation and she was like, oh, this is what I should do. And she had the camera, so she knew what was going on. The truck was coming in this direction, in this trajectory. And she's like, all right, you know what? I'm going to use this as an opportunity to run. Okay, so this is where she says that, not that it's my business or anything, but to decide to risk it all and go to buy something non-essential is definitely not what I call a high priority task. The exact thing, the thing that he said to Akira. And yeah, so what she was planning to do at first was she was like, all right, what I'm going to do is like make this zombie lure in these zombies and I'm going to make them follow me. The truck is going to come and crash, and then I'm going to use that opportunity to kind of pass out and go away from this, like, you know, like from that. However, things go a little bit different because Akira comes in trying to protect her, and she's like, oh no, what the hell? And she grabs him and like pulls him back because obviously she knows that Akira's going to get hit by the truck then. So her plan obviously got completely like derailed over here. However, it still worked out by the end of it because, you know, those zombies came towards her, and, you know, like they got crushed by the truck. So she's like, like, you know, perfect. A runaway truck driven by a zombie crashes into them. Like, you know, like it happened just like those movies. Sometimes these movies actually help you out. So she's happy. She gets her supplies and just goes off, goes back to her, like, you know, apartment, and she's like, all right, let's do the, like, you know, like let's do the research. And she's like looking at all the camera and the pictures, and, you know, like doing all the research on the zombies, how they walk, how they go. And, like, you know, like while she's like looking at the pictures, she comes across the picture of Akira, and she here kind of thinks like, what type of person is he that, you know, like in this type of situation, like he's so happy by just the prospect of getting a beer can. Like, she's like, like there's quite a few interesting people here. And then she's like, she probably thought for herself like, you know what, now that I think about it, yeah, maybe I should have gotten that Sakuramochi. And she's like, yeah. So on the upper part, the title of the, like, you know, the bucket list, not bucket list I would say, but the list that she has is written 100 things to do to avoid becoming a zombie. You know, like I said, which is completely different to Akira's. Yeah, and that is where it ended. So that was a very interesting episode. I liked how they did it, like from two perspectives, kind of got to, like, you know, like made us understand a little bit better and get to understand the girl a little bit better, and, you know, like see the whole situation. So yeah, and we get to see these two different types of people having completely two different ways of thinking and having like the exact opposite things that they are doing, but at the end of the day both are trying to survive, you know, so that kind of thing. So yeah, that is it. That's my reaction to episode number 2 of Zom 100. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Zom 100. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.